Not allowing Jake Allen to see. And my set's even falling down. That's great. Tonight's post-game reaction on the Scotian Canadian channel is brought to you by the letter L. The Montreal Canadiens take their 5th loss in a row to start the season. And not only that, KK, the former 3rd overall choice by the Montreal Canadiens just a short few years ago, scored his first goal of the season at the Bell Center for the Carolina Hurricanes. This has been the most excruciating and absolutely fucking embarrassing start to a Canadian season I have witnessed in my entire life. And this coming off a cup final run makes it that much worse. This is a fucking joke. And the blame needs to be spread throughout the entire organization. The last time the Canadiens started a season 0-5, they fired both their general manager and coach. Could be an interesting day in Habs land tomorrow, to say the least. And you know what, at this point? Who cares? Who cares? Honestly. I'm over it. I'm over it. But the blame needs to be spread throughout the organization, from the top of ownership all the way down. And I say that because Jeff Molson should not be allowing Marc Bergevin's contract extension to loom into this season. He should know already whether or not he's his guy or not, especially after that cup final run. Piss or get off the pot. So maybe just ending it here might just be better for all parties, to be quite honest. Because it's clearly having an effect on this franchise. Now, Marc Bergevin himself still does not know how to build a mobile decor. He's learned from his mistakes in the past. Most of them. That's what a lot of people say. But he still signs a shutdown defenseman every offseason to play in our top 4. And why he went after Carl Alzner 2.0, another guy past his prime, entering his mid-30s. And David Savard is beyond me, redundant as can be. I tried to justify it in terms of him replacing the solid shutdown defense that Shea Weber can provide, but I think even myself undervalued the puck-moving ability of Shea Weber, albeit not fancy, not flashy, not exciting, but efficient and mistake-free. Now that's gone, and David Savard is not replacing that in the least. And the way this decor is built, it's stifling the entire forward group. I actually really like the forward group. I like what we have down the middle. You know, albeit Suzuki inexperienced and young, and he's struggling now to having the tougher matchups with Phil Deneau out the door, to be expected. And all like the forward group is loaded with 20 and 30 goal scorers. They did not forget how to score. But what they do not have is support in any area of the ice from the back end. Transition is piss poor. These D cannot pass consistently. It's D zone giveaways constantly. They cannot skate. They cannot be deceptive. And they cannot make agile plays anywhere on the ice. And even once the forwards force it into the O zone, and I've said this before, they try to pass it back and get some sort of cycle going, play just dies. The only chances they're getting are the ones they generate themselves. And that's just not, you can't play that way in today's NHL. The D needs to be activated. The D needs to be included. And when the only D you have to activate is Ben Sherratt, and he's going to get caught pinching, and that's going to lead to goals against because he can't recover, it's just not going to work. And Jeff Petrie, I don't know what's happened to the guy in a matter of 2 or 3 months. Just the smarts, gone. And it doesn't help that the power play has been just, is there a word for it? Atrocious, disgusting, inefficient, useless, pointless. Doesn't help. And when you got Jeff Petrie out there wiring bombs for no apparent reason, missing the net, not finding the net, it's not even after a nice set play. It's just, hey, let's just shoot it when we have possession, which we worked oh so hard to get. Let's just throw the puck away. Fuck it. And just hope we get lucky and get a bounce. That just seems to be the strategy right now, and it ain't working. Can't fucking handle this. I don't know why I continue to put myself through this. The problems were evident through preseason. The problems were evident through the first 3 games, and it's just continued. I don't see an end in sight. The coaching staff, they deserve some blame. They didn't have Caulfield out there for the 4-on-3. Why? They also tried to force Sherratt and Savard to be a pair for 4 games when we all knew that wasn't working prior to the season even started, thanks to preseason. You had enough time to judge that. But they tried to force it, and it didn't work. Luckily, they split it up tonight. Thank God. Thank God. And hopefully it stays that way. But the players themselves, despite everything I've just mentioned, the decor being immobile, the coaching staff struggling with some of the decisions they're making, the players are better than this, and they should be able to score more than 4 goals in 5 games, or I should say 5 goals in 5 games, because I don't know how in the Lord Thunder and Christ that Gallagher goal got called back, other than the nameplate on the back of his jersey. The league should be ashamed. Where's the credibility? Where's the consistency? Nowhere to be fucking found. This was an egregious mistake on the league's behalf. And I'm glad Gallagher sounded off in between periods, because he has been nothing but a pro's pro. A true leader when it comes to standing in front of the media and not making excuses. And he does it game in and game out, win or loss. No matter what's been done against him. We've seen him get cross-checked in the face. We've seen him have tons of goals called back against him in the past. But he still says the right thing. So I'm glad he sounded off this evening. He said something about 9 in 10 people will say that's a good goal. But that one person is always in the war room in Toronto. And it's goddamn well true. This league has an anti-Canada, a clear anti-Canada bias. And especially an anti-Montreal bias. I think Mr. Gary Bettman is still sour that the Canadiens knocked out his oh-so-precious Vegas Golden Knights from the Stanley Cup playoffs just a few months ago. That may be the anger talking, but I think there's some truth to it as well. That was a fucking joke that goal got called back, but it wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe getting the lead early would have hyped up the guys, but this team's not good enough. It is not good enough. And I hate to say it, but the season's already a wash. 5 games in. We're not making the playoffs. We will be drafting top 10, if not in the lottery to draft top 3. And that might be what this organization needs to get back on the right foot. Because we're clearly lacking elite talent. And that's also not going to change until we learn how to develop players. Caulfield now, getting less minutes, playing on what looks like a 4th line. Now, is it deserved? Maybe partly. He's fumbled a lot of pucks so far this season, banned on a lot of plays. Gave up the puck quite a bit as well. But Toffoli's been no better. Gallagher hasn't exactly been any better either. Nor Hoffman, nor Dvorak. Drouin has been somewhat of a, bright light and a shitty start, but even him, he hasn't been the greatest either. Anyway, guys, San Jose wins 5-0. Embarrasses the Habs. Montreal couldn't even Get into the slot area against San Jose. We're an easy team to trap. Very easy. And I think this is a team that doesn't want to pay the price right now to get into the scoring areas. Kotkaniemi was one of few guys who put in that effort on a lot of nights to get where he needed to be to score goals, and he did that tonight for Carolina. But against San Jose, Montreal, I think after 2 periods, our closest shot to the net was 20 feet. That's fucking pathetic. And a big reason for that, actually, in the San Jose game, and tonight as well, these fucking forwards can't hit the net to save their lives. How many shots, far and wide, have missed from the slot area? Why are we trying to pick corners? Stop clutching your stick so hard. Shoot it low. Shoot it under the arm. Shoot it over the pad. Why are we trying to pick corners over and over again and missing? I don't get it. I don't. I don't get it. So we lose 5-0 to San Jose. Embarrassed. Shut out. And then 4-1 tonight against Carolina. Jake Allen's doing everything he can. He's maybe the only player on this roster I have nothing negative to say about, because he's doing his best. And he's making saves. But he's getting 0 goal support. None. Literally none. It's fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. And I can't believe this is a team that's just off a cup final run. It doesn't matter the amount of turnover and adds and subtracts we've had through this offseason into this. It doesn't matter. You got to be better. And I'm not overly confident they will be. Tonight was the toughest team we played against, the best team we've played against thus far. And the effort was there. And the effort was there against the Leafs. Not so much against Buffalo. It was there against the Rangers. The team's not good enough. I don't know what else to say. And until we get a 30 to 40 point elite puck moving defenseman on the D-core, which you can't acquire easily, it's not going to change. So Bergevin today came out and said the answer's in the room, and he said the same thing last year when we dealt with ups and downs. And last year, I think there was merit to that. And I think the team proved that in the end. And even at the time when he said that last year, I knew that was genuine. I knew that was true. Not right now. The answer's not in the room. I hate to break it to you. I hate to be the bearer of shitty-ass news. The answer's not in the room. Sorry, guys. Hate to be I'm usually the optimistic type, but there's nothing to be optimistic about right now, and I apologize that I'm here sounding like a whiny little bitch, but that's just what I am right now, to be honest. Oh, God. Someone, please, brighten my spirits down in the comments section. If you like these videos, hit that like and subscribe button. Click on that bell if you want notifications for when I upload. And I'll talk to you after the next one. Again, sorry I missed a reaction video, the San Jose one. But I'm going to miss some wins this season too. It's not just losses. I'm not cherry picking. But again, just know the content will be here. And I will be with you to suffer through what this season beholds. I love you guys. We'll get through this somehow, I think.